Hi, I'm glad that you're here with me today. And if you've been following me or listening to me, chances are you've been hit or diagnosed with MS. Or maybe you're waiting for a diagnosis to come in and you're a little bit scared, a little bit worried. And I want to tell you that MS can be healed holistically. And I don't care if you're in a wheelchair or not, people have healed themselves out of wheelchairs, and I've been symptom free since I've been diagnosed over 10 years now. And if I can do it, anybody can. And look at Terry Walls. She healed herself out of a wheelchair. And now she's helping others just like I am. So if you feel like you need support, you can go to my webpage at nourishyourway.com. I've got a very affordable program. And if you feel like the program is not for you, you can cancel it. But I have a feeling you're going to want to stay because I've got so much information in there. And I've got my 12-week program in there, and that really moves the needle for people and they start getting better. And my first client actually healed everything. And my last personal client healed 96% of her symptoms. And I know this because everyone fills out a symptoms questionnaire. And after the end of 12 weeks, they fill it out again. And this is the way we track how much this program has helped you. Anyway, let's get back to the topic today. And I haven't told you what it is yet. And I want to tell you that, when you get diagnosed with MS, there's a lot of things that go through your head. And you find out, okay, I need to clean up my diet. That's usually the number one thing people think of. And I also want to tell you that people can go way overboard on this. And there is a mental condition on your thoughts on clean eating. Sometimes people get obsessed with clean eating and they have anxiety over it. And then they don't enjoy the meals that they're eating. So I'm going to get into this today. And when you eat food, I really want you to start not only enjoying what you're eating, I want you to eat mindfully. And I'm going to explain this. So for a lot of people, when they start eating clean, it starts turning into something else. And what do I mean by this? It turns into super hyper vigilance. Like every ingredient label can be anxiety for you. Going out to dinner might feel terrifying, especially when you're going out with other people, like friends or groups of people, and you're wondering what the heck you're going to eat. Because you want to support your body, number one, but number two, you see other people ordering French fries and hamburgers and fried foods, and these are foods you really want to eat too, right? Because they're delicious. There's no denying that. And then you find yourself eating a plate of plain steamed vegetables, and that's not very fun. And other people are eating all these other delicious foods, and they're not good for you, but you're sitting there not enjoying yourself because you're not wanting to eat this plate of steamed vegetables, right? And then this turns into complete dread, but you eat it anyway because you think to yourself, I have to eat this because I need to heal. So have you ever felt that pit in your stomach and you're wondering if a food is good enough for you to eat? So this mental issue, what I'm talking about, it has a name. It's called orthorexia nervosa. And I'm going to be honest with you, I really think I had this while I was healing because I was so strict with myself for the first really 3 years. I healed everything after about 5 to 6 months. But then I continued eating like this. And I judged other people. I thought, how can they be eating French fries when they know that that's not good for them? Especially other friends that had the same condition that I did. I saw them eating fried foods and I judged them. And I became super hyper anxious about what I was eating and how I had to have a perfect diet. But let's be honest, nobody is perfect, and you don't have to be perfect to heal. And see, over time, this way of thinking becomes, a mental trap built on fear and anxiety. And I don't want you to feel this way. And there's an ironic, tragic truth about this. If you know you have to eat healthy food, and there's a lot of vegetables, for example, that you know you don't like, and you eat them with dread, this will not help you heal. I promise. So I really want you to start picking out the vegetables and the fruits and the quality meats that you really love. And I want you to start ordering these things and creating meals with foods that you love. So I want to let you know that the body cannot absorb nutrients when the body is full of stress hormones. To repair your damaged tissues, your nervous system needs to be in a state of rest and digest. And this is when I want you to have joy when you're eating. Now, it's true, the Walls protocol did work for me. And I cut out dairy, I cut out all refined sugar, and I said goodbye to gluten. And I was like this for 2.5 or 3 years. And then I figured out, I don't think I need to be so strict anymore. I mean, I'm perfectly healthy now. And I think I can eat some foods that I know that are not exactly healthy for me. Now that I'm healthy, my body can take care of the rest. So here's what I want to tell you. Yes, I would like you to take out refined sugar, gluten, and dairy. But when you're at a party and you're at an event, there's never 100% healthy food there. And you see other people eating chips and dips, right? And snacks and sweets and all these other foods that you love. Here's what I want to say. Before you go to the party, before you go to that event or tailgater, for example, I want you to eat good, healthy food, and these are foods that you love, at home first. I want you to fill yourself up at home first. And then when you go to the party, you can have a little bit. You can have a little slice of cake. You can have a little bit of chips and dip. You can have a little bit of French fries. You can have a cookie. Just don't overdo it. Because having joy while you're eating is healthy too. Here's how I want you to think about it. When you're eating that cookie or that little tiny slice of cake or those chips and dip, while you're eating it, I just want you to say to yourself, I know this isn't the best thing for me, but I'm having joy while I'm eating this, and I'm going to be just fine. My body is going to process this, and I'm going to continue healing. My body can take care of me. This is what I want you to say to yourself, and you are going to be just fine. So I want to go over some foods that you can substitute that will give you the same amount of pleasure as you had before. When people cut out refined sugar, a lot of them think they can never eat dessert again, but that's not true. Nature has given us so many options that are nutrient rich, and these are ways to satisfy your sweet tooth. So you don't have to give up sweets. I just want you to choose better ones. So instead of sugar, here are some options. So number 1, raw honey. Raw honey is full of enzymes and natural antimicrobial properties. Number 2, maple syrup. Maple syrup is packed with minerals like zinc and manganese. Number 3, coconut sugar. This is a lower glycemic option that's a caramel flavored whole food option. Number 4, monk fruit and stevia. These are fantastic options that have 0 sugar that are plant-based choices if you're watching your glycemic index. So when you're baking with these or adding these to your recipes, you're not cheating on your health. You're nourishing your soul and your taste buds and giving your mind a sense of abundance. So I want to talk about other practical swaps that you can do. If you're missing chips, crackers, baked goods, I don't want you to give these up. I want you to use substitutions that will satisfy you just as much. So let's do a quick snack audit together. Let's look at your salty and crunchy cravings. I know I have these all the time. If you miss crackers and chips, yeah, you can have them. Just be smart about it. For crackers, look at the gluten-free options at your grocery store. Now, if you go to a natural food store, you're going to probably find more options. Always look for crackers that have either avocado oil, olive oil, or coconut oil, because you don't want to have any seed oils in these products. Many gluten-free options have seed oils like canola oil, vegetable oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil. These are oils that you don't want. Remember, these seed oils that I just mentioned that you don't want are inflammatory. And sometimes it can be tricky to find the right ones that will support your health. And I forgot to mention that you don't want soybean oil or corn oil either. Here's a tip. Once in a while, go out and buy some potato chips, but make sure that they're cooked in avocado oil or a good oil. It could be olive oil or it can be coconut oil. I even tried some potato chips lately that were cooked in beef tallow. I just won't buy them again because I personally didn't like the taste of them, but I know some people will. So you can eat a little bit of these with zero guilt. So what do you do when you have chocolate or sweet cravings? So chocolate actually has high quality antioxidant properties when you buy quality chocolate. And you want to buy organic dark chocolate if you can find it, at least 70% chocolate. Eat up to 1 or 2 squares a day. Or if you buy chocolate chips, dark chocolate chips, eat a small handful a day. This is okay. Or you can put them in your trail mix. So make your own trail mix. Buy some natural nuts without peanuts. Peanuts can be grown with mold on them, so that's why I want you to avoid peanuts. But have some almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts. You can put in pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, cashews, pecans, pistachios, and put a handful of dark chocolate chips in there. That makes a great snack. Now, also be careful when you're buying your nuts. Now, I shop at Sprouts. It's a natural food store, but many times these nuts, they're roasted with those seed oils. So make sure you look at the ingredients of these nuts before you buy them. Here's another idea. If you like yogurt, find some coconut yogurt or nut-based yogurt. There's a great coconut yogurt that I love. There's one brand called So Delicious, and there's another brand that Sprouts makes, and I love that one too. And sometimes I will sprinkle a couple of dark chocolate chips on top with some berries like raspberries or blueberries. It makes a great dessert. I want you to abide by what I call the golden rule. When you're looking at the ingredient list on processed foods, like crackers or chips, for example, if it has dyes or other junk in it, I want you to leave it on the shelf. If there's an ingredient you can't pronounce, it's probably not good for you. So again, don't put it in your cart. Here's another idea. Make some chia seed pudding. I've got that in my cookbook, and I have 4 different flavors that you can make. You can make vanilla, you can make chocolate, you can make banana flavored, any kind of fruit flavored. All you do is you find a small glass container, you add almond milk, a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds, pinch of salt, a little bit of maple syrup, you stir it up, you put it in the fridge, and it sets overnight. It kind of makes this gel, and you eat it the next day, and it tastes like pudding. It's so good. And there's also a deep kind of therapeutic joy of making your own comfort food. The smell of bread baking in the oven should not be something in the past, because you can do this. I've got a cookbook that I created, and this came out in, I think, 2022. And you can buy it on Amazon. It's called Nourish Your Way to Health. And I've got some great recipes in there. And when I had to change my diet, it was really difficult for me because I was following the Walls protocol. And I thought, you know what? There's got to be a better way to do this. So I ended up creating all these recipes that I loved. They were healthy and delicious at the same time. And I made gluten-free muffins. I made gluten-free breads, biscuits, banana bread. I made all these different desserts. I made cookies, all gluten-free. And I've got a ton of desserts. I've got chia seed pudding, 4 different flavors. I've got power balls. I've got chocolate brownies. Those are amazing. And I've got coconut ice cream. You can also look on the internet and look up paleo desserts or paleo snacks or paleo delicious snacks. You'll find healthy foods that are delicious and satisfying all over the internet. You just have to get creative. So today, here's my challenge for you. What healthy foods can I start eating or making to bring my joy back? I don't want this to be difficult for you. For every unhealthy food, I have come up with a substitution that is just as good, that satisfies my sweet tooth and my salty and crunchy cravings. You could do this. If there's a vegetable you dread, swap it with a veggie you like. If you're missing that sweet treat, make some gluten-free cookies or make some ice cream using almond milk or coconut milk or fruit. Make your own sherbets. There's so many things that you can make on your own. Have fun with it. Thanks so much for tuning in today or watching me. I'm making these episodes because I want to help you heal MS. And I don't want it to be hard for you like it was for me. It can be so much easier. So make some comfort food, invite a friend over, share a new recipe with them, and put some joy into eating again.